If you clicked on this video, you've been thinking it too. Should I carry one in the chamber or should I not? My question to you, are you ready? Are you prepared to defend yourself or your loved ones? When seconds matter, we don't want to have any hurdles in the situation where we don't have one in the chamber. Identifying a threat, making a decision, and engage in 1.2 seconds. It happens very quickly. Now do the same exact thing, but add racking in the slide in there somewhere. Identify a threat, make a decision, rack the slide, then defend yourself. It just adds on seconds that we don't have, precious seconds that we don't have. So in my opinion, should you have one in the chamber? The answer is yes. The reason why you're asking this question is threefold. One, you're not confident enough to carry one in the chamber. You haven't trained enough to carry one in the chamber, or you've never carried before. Those are the three things that are causing this issue. Because too many people think that if I carry one in the pocket, or I carry one in my pocketbook, or I carry one in my holster, that somehow mysteriously or magically the trigger's going to fire by itself. Now, you put something in the trigger guard, something gets caught in the trigger guard, it could happen, but realistically, if that's for me, is I carry one in my pocket. I carry a gun in my pocket every day. Jacob, my son, carries a pocket gun. We don't put anything in these pockets except the gun in the holster. No keys go in, no pen goes in, no piece of paper goes in, no money goes in, no credit cards go in. That pocket is reserved for the gun and the holster only. Get to that habit, chances are you'll never have a problem. Most people think why I don't want to carry one in the chamber is because the accidental discharge. 98% of all accidental discharges are stupid discharges. They're not accidental. They're negligent. That's a bad word for me. But they're negligent discharge. I mean, someone's done something stupid with the gun. The only way a weapon fires is if you put your finger on the trigger. And most people hurt themselves what they thought was an unloaded gun. When you understand the loading and the unloading, the racking of the slide and all the stuff and the holster and the trigger wear and safety, carrying a weapon, there's a lot of training that doesn't get done at the range. It gets done in your bedroom at your house, drawing from your holster, racking the slide, dry firing, all that stuff has to be done if you plan to carry on a regular basis. Keep in mind, we have to identify a threat, make a decision, and engage in 1.2 seconds. Now let's take that same thing, identify a threat, make a decision, rack the slide, then engage. You're adding on precious seconds that you may not have. So, why do people freak out about it? Because they think the gun's going to just fire. With today's modern pistols, there are so many out there now that have drop safeties and sear safeties and mechanical safeties and backstrap safeties. It's almost impossible for the weapon to fire unless you have your finger on the trigger. Okay? So, that being said, getting the proper weapon and the proper gear, being a holster, there should not be any problems with having a negligent discharge or an accidental discharge, because it's often heard, what happens if it accidentally goes off? It won't. It can't. There's no possibility of accidentally go off. Drop safeties, all manufacturers of made in America are safe. If you feel nervous about carrying one in the chamber, you just need to do it for a while. Now, when I first started carrying 25 years ago, I'm aging myself here, I bought a weapon that went in my pocket. I worked for a manufacturer that allowed me to carry a gun, And I was a salesman, so I actually wore slacks on a regular basis, and I had to carry a gun in my pocket. So I was all gun ho about it. My buddies, we all went out and got our concealed at the same time. They carried Glock 19s in a holster on their side. I worked for a company that couldn't carry a big gun like that, didn't want to anyways. And so I went ahead and got a small pistol and I put it in my pocket. And when I got home that Monday going back to work, I threw that gun in my pocket and I went to go rack it. I thought, wait a minute here. I'm not sure if I want to carry this gun in my pocket with it loaded, because if it accidentally goes off, I'm going to shoot myself. So I actually did not put one in the chamber. And I didn't tell anybody. I just kind of kept it. We were all at lunch, get your gun. Yeah, get your gun. Yeah, yeah. We all had our guns. We were all like big boys and we were having fun. But I never said, they didn't ask me, did I have my gun loaded? They just said, did I have my gun? I said, yes. In the real world, I thought I was going to be able to pull that gun and rack it when I need it. And I realized at that point in time, that's asking way more than I had experience on doing. But the more I did it, the more I realized that gun's not going to fire unless I pull the trigger. And I bent down and stood up and sat in the car and did everything. Threw my keys in that pocket because I've been carrying guns. I've been carrying shit in my pocket longer than I've carried this gun in my pocket. And I'm right-handed. It's my right pocket. I was putting stuff in there to begin with. Now that I've been carrying a long time, nothing goes in my right pocket except the firearm and the holster. No keys go in there, none of that stuff. So once I got comfortable, and it was about 2 months is what I did. I carried a gun in my pocket with a magazine in it with bullets in it, but it was not racked. So, and I never really thought about that until after the fact. And I thought, boy, if something were to happen at any time in that situation, I'd have been behind the 8 ball and not been ready. So what I'd recommend is you spend some time at the range, spend some time dry firing, racking the slide, finding the proper gear, a good holster, and a good weapon that you feel comfortable with, and get carrying on a regular basis. And when you're ready, then put a round in the chamber. And then start doing a little bit more, and then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Remember, the holster is important. I'm not telling you to put the gun in your purse or in your pocket without being in a holster. The gun must be in some kind of holster. What's the holster doing? One, it makes it stationary, and two, it covers the trigger. And what could get caught in the trigger? Keys, lipstick, eyewear, anything that looks like a finger. If you just threw a gun in your pocket, a pocketbook or purse, you could get stuff caught in a trigger guard. So here we are at the end of this video, and my question to you, are you going to carry one in the chamber? Have you been carrying one in the chamber? If so, comment below. Tell me if you're new to shooting and you're thinking about carrying one in the chamber. And if you want to know a little bit more, hey, check out this next video we got coming up. It's about drawing from the holster. It's going to give you tips and tricks on how to get the gun out of the holster or out of the pocket to help you be more proficient and a lot quicker doing it. My name is John Johnson. I'm a firearms instructor. I put this video together for you guys to motivate, educate, and entertain. I also have this YouTube channel. I have a gun store, as well as we do ebooks, and I want to give you one of our ebooks for free. All you have to do is pick one of the ebooks that's in the description below, put it in a cart, put free book at checkout, and you get it for free. If you would like to add a few more to support us, we would appreciate it very much. Until next time, God bless.